Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I certainly have. I've been experimenting with all sorts of things as usual, which is what art is all about, and I hope that you have been too. So today we're going to start a series of negative space drawing, which refers to the space obviously behind the subject, behind and between. So if I were to explain to you what I'm talking about, it forces your right brain into seeing beyond this subject. So this subject obviously is a white lily. It stands out, and that is what your eye and your brain sees first. However, with negative space drawing, you are forced to see the space behind it. In other words, look beyond the actual subject itself. Now, this is excellent for hand-eye coordination. It really does force the brain into thinking beyond just drawing the subject, obviously. It really gives you huge concentration, and it takes your drawing skills to the next level because you are seeing shapes, and it's forcing your brain to see shapes, which is what drawing at the end is really all about. In fact, for anything, painting, drawing, whatever medium you're using, one should be really drawing or painting in shapes rather than what the subject is. So let's have a look at this. So here we can see, I'm hoping you can see I've outlined the negative space with a red pen. So obviously all of this black area here would be the negative space. But then have a look at this. Here's some negative space. Here's a negative space. There's these shapes around it give you the actual shape of what the flower is, and then your brain reads it even though you don't have any detail in it. All you have is the background of the subject. For me, I do like to put a little bit extra in, so I would put this in. I would definitely put the stamens in. Your brain would then automatically read it as a lily. However, this is probably a little bit advanced to start off with. So what we would start off with are simple subjects like this, a mushroom. This you can find anywhere on Unsplash, Pinterest, as free photographs, and you could literally draw and shade in around the actual subject. This would start your brain to seeing behind what the subject is. You could also put these bits of negative space in too, which would then obviously force your brain into realizing that that is a mushroom. For today's exercise, we're going to start with a very, very simple subject. We're going to do a chair. I don't have a drawing of it, but I have done one, and we will be drawing this chair here. So basically, to start off with, just draw the outline. I have started it here, but I shall go over it. You would just draw the backrest, and you would draw it as simply as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, you are going to be shading this in. Then you've got the legs. I see that on this one I have very, very nicely left out both legs, which I'm not quite sure how this chair is standing, but nonetheless, in my drawing it is. And then this would be the seat part of it. And basically outline those shapes. I hope that you draw along with me and that you enjoy doing this. So here's the backrest. That would be the leg, other leg. As I said, I've left out the one behind. It would literally come down behind here, but let's not worry about that at the moment. We're just going to do this simple exercise to get the brain going. Now, you would basically shade this in. What I've done here is I've done cross hatching, which is another way of putting in the shade if you find that easier. So we will cross hatch the back of it, go across the other side as well, and simply all that I have done, oops, I've gone over the edge there, that's okay. All I've done is I've just shaded in this side here, just to give it a little bit more depth and a little bit more interest, and so that one doesn't get bored with drawing. There is a shadow, there will be a shadow underneath here, so that will disappear into that, and that will disappear into there, the back there. And on the seat, it's molded. This is a plastic chair, so it is molded. It does have a seat shape there, so I would put that in. A lot of people would say it's unnecessary, you don't need to put that in, but I like to give shape, and I just think that shape and form does help your brain in the long run anyway. So that is the reason why I add that in. So here we can go back to our cross hatching. And as you can see, I'm using Staedtler pencils. They are an absolute dream to work with. Smooth, and they really do put a lot of pencil down onto the paper, which helps tremendously for this sort of exercise. I'll go around the back and around the side. And there we go. We've got a simple negative space drawing. Now, this was simplified by me by allowing you to draw the shape of these pieces. Okay, now we're going to go into drawing the mushroom, and we are not going to be doing this background, or should I say, we're not going to be drawing the shape first. We are going to go straight into the mushroom. So you would literally be drawing down for the stem like this. And now this is where you need to make sure, let me put this drawing next to us so that you can see what I am drawing. And we would literally be following this outside area. So that's this side. That's where I'm going here. That side, and then I'm going around the rim or the cap of the mushroom. And I'm taking it up around the side into that shape around the top. Okay, so I've started a little bit too high. You can start a bit lower on your drawing, and then take it back around the other side and down into that stem. And then we fill in this area with our pencils. Now you can see that I haven't quite got the shape right, and that is exactly what this is all about. This is exactly what this discipline is about. It's about getting the shape and training your brain into seeing the shape behind and drawing it, or shading it, should I say. So this exercise is absolutely amazing. It, as I said earlier on, it forces you to see the shape rather than the actual subject. And this is what one needs, and this is what speeds up your drawing process. And you will literally take your drawing to the next level by practicing this. So one can cheat, and one can erase this, which is what I'm going to do. Let's find my Staedtler eraser. I'm going to take that out. So Staedtler eraser makes the impossible possible. And there we have a mushroom. Now your brain will tell you that this is a mushroom, even though there's no detail. The person viewing this will tell you that this is a mushroom, which is what is so marvelous about our brains, because it does fill in the detail that it's not seeing. Now, I love this shape, love this. So for me, I'm going to put it in. You don't need to do this, but and I'm probably going to ruin this now, because you need to be looking just at that and at nothing else. And across the top of the cap here is just this little bit of detail. Can't resist doing this. I am terrible at detail. Detail is something that I absolutely love. And there we have a simple mushroom with negative space drawing. So if I look at it, I would definitely probably remove this because it doesn't really enhance the drawing or add or make the brain see any more, excuse me, than what that shows it. And that's what I would do. I would actually leave that and not add that little bit of detail to it. So practice, find pictures on Pinterest and on Unsplash that are free. I did this one, which is that one over there, and literally did the background. I literally drew around this. I love drawing this. I love this flower. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then did this negative space in here because it does go from in between these two petals around the actual middle of the flower, and it just gives you that gorgeous view of the middle of the flower with the detail of the petals. And I just thought that this was an amazing photograph. I just loved this detail here, absolutely loved it. Get a cup, put it down in front of yourself, and do the same thing with the cup as well. You can add a bit of artistic flair. I'll just put the steam above it, but take anything. I mean, I've literally used these. You put these down in different forms and draw around them. So draw the space around them. Take pegs from your peg line and put them down on your table and draw the space around them as well. In the next video, next tutorial, we will be drawing this beautiful flower. So I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to comments in the comments section and letting me know how you felt about this tutorial. Have an awesome week, everybody.